first year as head coach of the Tigers. Tucker McCann will kick off, and Marquell Osborne and Tyler Bird are the two deep men for Tennessee. Allen will through the end zone, touchback to open the game. And the Chick-fil-A starting lineups. Let's meet the quarterback for Tennessee.
Joshua Dobbs, senior quarterback, University of Tennessee, Alpharetta, Georgia.
Well, that intro takes me back to Chris Shanklin.
That's old school right there.
Boy, is it ever.
That was for you, Vern. Now we'll go into shotgun, and that's not for you. That's his.
No, that's all yours. Dobbs goes right, wide open. Jawan Jennings, who one of the stars of this season. And let's meet the remainder of the Tennessee offense. Richmond, Robertson, Thomas, Bulware, Kendrick. It's a banged-up offensive line. Jawan Jennings had an interception in the win last week. Interception. He's also been the hero of a number of wins this season. Here's Kamara on the sweep, coming left. And the Missouri defense. Frazier, Hatley, Logan, Harris. Charles Harris has 8 sacks for the year. Eric Beisel replaces Michael Shearer. He started this is his 4th consecutive start for the Tigers. Kamara again.
Yeah, that's a 2 big stops from Missouri defense. Teams have been able to run the ball at them at will this year. They produce a lot of tackle for loss, a lot of sacks, and now that 4-man defensive end rush team will come on. 4 sacks on 3rd down by these speed rushers. They got 4 defensive ends on the field.
So effective in their win against Vandy last week. There's motion. They flip out to the right. Blocker downfield. Tyler Bird. But he's caught way short of the first down.
Get the ball out. Tackle. One of the items that this Missouri defense have been talking about all year. Can we tackle well? And they did on that one.
And that'll bring on 4th down. And Trevor Daniel is back to punt on 4th. Jonathan Johnston waves everybody away, and it comes to a stop at the 12-yard line. And let's take a look at the Chick-fil-A starting lineups for Mizzou. And the quarterback, Gary talked about him when we came on the air, a good one, Drew Lock.
Yeah, a real live arm. Last year probably played a year before he should have, but has been making improvements. He is a weapon as a thrower all over the field. There's not a spot on the field he can't get the ball to.
Demarie Crockett, the freshman, and that pass out of the backfield, and Crockett is cut down at the 12, no gain. Rashawn Galden, nickelback, and here's the offense. Howell Pendleton, Jonah Dubinsky gets the start. Injuries to the 1st and 2nd teamers. So the freshman starts at center. 2nd down and 10. Wow, big hole. It's Crockett.
He is gifted. He's going to be a special player. To break the freshman rushing record, he needs to average close to 100 yards these last 2 games, and he just might do it if he stays healthy.
Up the middle again for Crockett. He came into this game with 873 yards. Let's take a look defensively now. Vereen Nigel Warrior, a true freshman, gets the start at strong safety. Again, injuries a factor.
Oh, no.
Oh, boy. Darren Kirkland is down at the 30-yard line.
Been nicked all year, finally healthy, and what happens? Gets another one.
It's only his 5th game of the year. We're back on a sunny day in Knoxville down in Baton Rouge. Florida just kicked a field goal. With 4 minutes remaining, they lead LSU 13-10. And let's take a look at the injury on the bench, the injured player, Darren Kirkland.
Yeah, he was taking on a block, and then with his left hand, watch him take on Paul Adams, number 77 block. With his left arm, he reaches out to make the tackle, and that's what caused the stinger or whatever it is to his left shoulder.
Sophomore out of Indianapolis.
Don't you get the feeling that the fans are just waiting for the Florida game to end?
Yes.
I really do. They're just sitting here. Done a number of games here, and they just like, all right, tell us if we should be excited or not.
They'll go for the 3rd time to Crockett.
Well, there have been games for Missouri this year with their run-pass tempo offense that they didn't even run the ball in the first quarter. Reading it just like that. That's the quarterback's
Yes, indeed.
call.
Sean Culkin, the tight end, number 80, and another big gain for the Missouri offense.
Most of the plays right up the middle that time. Culkin lines up as the H-back and then splits it. Most of the plays, the run plays, are tied up to a pass play, and the quarterback Drew Lock has the ability to pull it and throw it at any time. As I said, against South Carolina, they did not run one time because RPOs put them in a different direction.
Deep pass, man open, overthrown. Oh, wow.
You see how easy he threw that ball? He just flicked that ball, and Jonathan Johnson had a touchdown. Matched up inside. Look at that speed. Right by him. Easy. And Drew Lock missed him by about 1.5 yards. Just a flick for an easy touchdown, and throws it about 1 yard too long.
It was Rashawn Golden badly beaten on the play. 2nd down and 10. Crockett again, 4th carry. Let's go to Adam Zucker in our New York studio for an Advocare update.
All right, Vern, you mentioned Florida's go-ahead field goal on the ensuing kickoff. LSU's Dante Jackson trying to do something big, runs into his own man, loses the ball. Florida pounces on it, and we'll see what happens from here. Back to you.
All right, here's a pass to Culkin again out of the tackle. Badly missed tackle and a 1st down at the 34.
Well, offensive coordinator Josh Heupel has a nice flow going. This was a tight end screen, kind of a jailbreak screen to your tight end. Those linemen were 7 yards downfield, doesn't matter. Ball was caught behind the line of scrimmage.
Gain of 11. 1st down 10 at the 34. And the run play goes to the left. It's Crockett again. Rashawn Golden. If Florida wins, they win the East and will meet Alabama. If they were to lose, then Tennessee's still in play, but they would have to win today and against Vanderbilt next week. 2nd down 10. Stunts defensively. Lock incomplete. It was Rashawn Golden who put the pressure on from that nickel position. Under 10 to go, opening quarter, 3rd and 10.
Yeah, that time that Tennessee defense showed a zone blitz, and Drew Lock had nowhere to go with the ball. That was good coverage by the Tennessee defense.
Whoops. Free play. Left side, man open. Dropped.
Oh, and that
my
has been a
goodness.
story. Drop passes. Javon Moore that time should have had it. 2 big possible plays already for Missouri, and 1 miss by the quarterback and 1 miss by the receiver. I don't know if it was Missouri that moved just a bit to draw Barnett off or not.
It was.
Yes.
Again, our referee
Offside.
is Hubert Owens.
Defense, number 9, 5-yard penalty, replay 3rd down.
Barnett was pointing to Kendall Blanton, number 11, going in motion. Watch him move to go to motion. Barnett moves now. That was completely on Barnett. And talking to Bobby Shoop yesterday, he said he jumps off a lot, but he also gives a lot of sacks. We have to live with a few.
Bob Shoop is the defensive coordinator at Tennessee. 3rd down 5. The fake, the pass, Jamon Moore, and that's good for a Missouri 1st down.
Watch out now. This is when Missouri will really go fast after 1st down. Pick up a 3rd and short, nice little bootleg behind the line of scrimmage, and out they will come. Missouri runs left receivers and right receivers. Number 6, Jamon Moore, will always be left. Number 9, Mason, will always be to the far right.
And they have 2 additional wide receivers on this play. Kendall Blanton is the tight end who's
right
over
there.
to the left. Yeah. Motion. How about this run? Demarie Crockett untouched.
Well, you couldn't have a better drive for Missouri. A 12-play, 88-yard drive, 6 of them runs, 6 of them passes, had a couple of other opportunities to score. They didn't, but it was a methodical, forward-moving drive.
Very impressive. The opening drive offensively for the Tigers. Ben Tesson is going to try the extra point. Quite a story in the lack of kicking this year. Tesson came off the bench last week. He played 2 years at Drake. Was buried deep, and it's no good.
Jeez, oh man. It's gotta be mind-boggling for a major college. Watch all the movement. Only one guy's really going to go in motion here, and Tennessee obviously gets a bit confused. One more piece of motion, and Tennessee gets the look, at least, of discombobulation. One cut, one missed tackle, and it's a touchdown.
Infrastructure with more energy-efficient equipment. Since 2014,
Tesson missed the extra point. My gracious. Tennessee must couple a Florida loss with 2 victories of their own. So we'll know something shortly. Here's McCann with the kickoff. This one taken at the 1-yard line by
I think he put a knee down. Yes, he did.
Whoa.
After he caught it. Remember, their All-American kickoff returner, Evan Berry, is out for the season. Handles it, and knee goes down. You know, that would have been an interesting replay. What if his knee would not have gone down? They stopped it right there. Well, where would they give him the ball? We'll check on that. We'll get back to you next year.
Oh, yeah.
We'll put Brad Nessler on that for next year.
Well, he's home watching
That's
right now.
They are. I don't know what they're doing here.
I hope Hubert Owens will explain this.
No, they're going to go back now.
Okay. Well,
I think one official thought it was a touchback and just assumed the ball was going out to the, and Hubert Owens overruled him and said, guys, we've got a knee down. Interesting. What if it wouldn't? Another question for Mr. Shaw this week.
John Kelly with the carry, and let's go down to Allie LaForce.
Vernon, Gary, this Missouri sideline is fired up. They're all dancing. I saw Demetrius Mason spike a water bottle as he was pumping up his players. Drew Lock went up to every single member of the offense and encouraged them to continue playing the way they are. You know, Sean Culkin told me this week when I talked to him on the phone, this team's playing with a chip on their shoulder. You can see it.
Out of the backfield, it's John Kelly.
You know, watching them dance, they dance like me.
Well, that would include.
They were not dancing very well.
Unfortunately, that brings to mind a duet.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
It's a bad dancing over there.
Yeah. I don't think you and I will ever be invited to that program on a different network. 3rd and 2. Dobbs keeps it. Rounds the corner. Tripped. Out of bounds. Big gain. Nice play. Cam Hilton got his arms around the ankle.
Well, the Missouri defense was sure that this ball was handed off. Watch them flow. They overrun it. By the time they realize they got to go the other way, Joey Burkett, number 34, makes the tackle. But again, when you're playing this type of quarterback, I think you have to assume that the quarterback's going to carry the ball first and then go for the running back, not the other way around.
Josh Dobbs is the leading rusher for Tennessee. He'll throw it this time. Short, caught. Josh Malone with a catch and out to midfield at actually the 49.
Yeah, very nice throw again. Pretty route. Coming back up, hook route. First play you put in when you're playing sandlot ball. Comes back to the quarterback, and the pitch is right there.
First down at the 49. 6-0. Following the 6th missed extra point by Missouri this year. Well, Josh Dobbs, well documented about what a great student he is, aeronautical engineering, but he's also a very effective 4-year starter, well, 3.5. Take a look at his totals.
Come the 4th quarterback here in Tennessee to put those 8,000 yards up. Can you name either the 6? No. That's an old joke.
Yeah, it's an inside story.
Peyton Manning, Casey Clausen, and Eric Ainge have done it.
Alvin Kamara. Josh Dobbs.
And Missouri very efficient in getting their 3rd down nickel rush package on the field.
3rd down, 8. 3 wide to the right side, 1 split way off to the left. 4-man rush. Dobbs hit as he lets it go. Got it! Jawan Jennings. Touchdown, Tennessee.
Well, Charles Harrisburn is going to say, I don't know much more how I can help you guys. Watch the pressure he puts on inside. A bull rush right into Josh Dobbs. Lets the ball go. And a problem for Missouri all year has been 50-50 balls. Throw it up, and they lost again. It was a story in the South Carolina game. They got burned by South Carolina, and Missouri got burned by that. When you throw it up and you get a touchdown, too easy.
Arian Penton, cornerback, missed the play, and the extra point is up and good. And the Volunteers, off Aaron Medley's extra point, have taken the lead. Josh Dobbs was introduced to Charles Harris. Didn't let him bother. And there is the misplay by Penton. Touchdown.
Guys in the booth have been wondering, was there a little push-off in this play right at the end of it right here? Let's watch Jennings. Ball's thrown up. Does he shove off at the end of it? No, really not at all. At the end of that play, Jennings just stayed calm. Got the ball, it was almost like half of a punt, and then turned around and scored.
It really was.
Yes.
So 7-6. 88-yard drive should be good.
Yeah, Charles Harris got it. Can't get there any faster, guys.
No, that's it. That's my best. Here's the kick. Well, Missouri opened up with an 88-yard drive. Tennessee comes back with a 98-yard drive. Get the CBS Sports app for inside access to Missouri, Tennessee, or your favorite team. From signing day to game day, you'll get instant coverage of every moment from every angle. Download the CBS Sports app today.
Well, you know, if you're Missouri and you're a bit of a run, RPO type team, you're a tempo team, And you look at Tennessee, you have to decide that you can't go away from the run. Kentucky ran for 443 yards against this defense. You have to continue to run the ball.
Crockett has done just that. This is Ish Witter, number 21, was the starter. That's Dubinsky, the third teamer, who gets the start at center today, and that was a gain of 11.
Look how fast they go.
Oh my goodness. Ish Witter again.
If there's been a good part of this Missouri team that's been a pleasant surprise, has been their offensive line.
3 in a row for Ish Witter.
And the reason you have to attack Tennessee's football team up the middle is they've been decimated in the tackle position. The defensive tackle have lost 4 players. They're playing now with defensive ends and offensive linemen that have shoveled in there at defensive tackle.
2nd down, 6. Play action.
Ooh, skipped it.
Yeah.
Had him.
Jamon Moore, the intended receiver. He was open. And they'll go quickly again.
And just skipped it, had him wide open. Now, Missouri gives Tennessee an option. They did substitute on the play. Odd formation here that Tennessee has to adjust to. Player way up there. That's a little odd looking.
And stack. And a flag. Might be a procedure call here.
False start. Offense. Number 66. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
That is Adam Pludre, number 66. Got the start at right guard today. Two receivers off to the left. It's Jamon Moore and Jonathan Johnson. 3rd and 11. Culkin moves out. Now comes back in and looks over at the bench to confirm where exactly he's supposed to be.
Well, it's one of those shows. They go in motion to try to get Tennessee to tip their defense.
Deep left side again, and it's overthrown again. Intended for Jamon Moore. Cameron Sutton defending.
Yeah, it's a little bit of good news, a little bit of bad news. I mean, if you're Missouri, you're saying we're having a lot of success getting open deep. Sooner or later, we're going to hit one of those. You can't miss them all, I would think. And Tennessee, defensive coordinator Bob Shute better get to the drawing boards. Can't keep doing that.
This is Corey Fatoni. And the catch made at the 7 and returned just beyond the 10.
Fatoni with a great directional punt that time.
Josh Smith. Late in the first quarter in Knoxville, Butch Jones. Now time to take a look at our Home Depot tools for success.
You know, Vern, when you got a toolbox, you got to keep trying to use it in better ways. And what Barry Odom has done is said, we've got 4 really good tools. Why don't we just use them all at the same time? They used all 4 defensive ends, and they were a factor, a major factor in that game against Vanderbilt. As Vern told you, 4 sacks by that group. So, you know, Alabama does that. In the past, we've seen Florida do that. We've seen LSU do that. We've even seen A&M do that with putting their best pass rushers on the field. And Missouri is featuring it in the second half of this season.
First down 10 at the 11, 7-6. Dobbs looks out, flips it to the left side to Kamara. And Kamara tries desperately to get out of the tackle, but stop is made by Donovan Newsom, one of the better defensive players for Missouri.
You know who's had a great year for himself is Charles Harris. He's on a losing team. As you watch him play, he has been playing all out. Now, NFL scouts will look at that and say, we know he can rush the passer, but they're watching him how he reacts when his team isn't doing well, and it has been a big year for him.
Here's Kamara. Oh, boy. Popped. It'll be third down.
You do not see Alvin Kamara get hit like that very often. He's so elusive. He's like a good boxer who never takes a punch. He took one there. That was right to the jaw.
Kamara began his collegiate career at Alabama, hoping against hope that he could help the Volunteers get back to that championship game.
Another odd formation, 4 receivers left.
And Dobbs looks the other way.
Oh, they're going to call interference, and the Missouri bench is upset.
John Gibson.
4 left, Gibson one-on-one.
Pass interference. Pass interference. Defense, number 5, 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Well, the whole team's over here, and it's one-on-one on the top. Well, let's see what happened. Ball underthrown. Ooh, that is a weak call against Jawan Jennings. Turns around, ball is thrown inside. I'd have let that one go. Incidental contact with his left hand. He didn't push Jawan Jennings 1 inch out of the way on that one. That's a tough call if you're a Missouri defensive team.
And we have word that Florida has won against LSU in Baton Rouge.
How about that? 2 goal line stands to win the game in Baton Rouge.
So it's Florida, Alabama in the SEC championship game in Atlanta. Kamara. Let's go back to New York. Here's an update with Adam Zerr.
Well, Vern, here is the play that gives Florida the SEC East on 4th and goal as time expires. They stop Darius Geis. The Gators will be going to Atlanta. The play is under review. I'll let you know if anything changes.
Yeah, that might be big.
You are the master of understatement.
Yeah, that might be important if it gets overturned.
Yeah, kind of. Kamara again, this time comes left. Ronell Perkins, number 3 with the stop. If the play stands. It might be big. Here's the flip, incomplete. Dobbs a little behind Jason Kroon. So, how about this? Florida goes into Baton Rouge.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah,
you know,
with so many injuries.
So many injuries, and backup quarterback. Appleby's been doing a good job, and should that touchdown hold? It's kind of funny if you ask me, but.
Well, it is official. They confirmed that there was a stop on Derek Geis at the goal line on 4th down. And Florida, wow.
Uncovers 41 yards with no return.
And the fans know, look at instant communication, and the enthusiasm is going to leave this facility. I mean, they're still playing for the win and a better bowl game, obviously. But
right, look at all the texting going on. Yep, that's a bad one.
That one gal was.
There's an excited guy with the pom-pom right there.
Yeah.
Yep. Let's try to shake it just a little.
Wow. Demarier, look at him. He's a load.
He is, I tell you, watched 2 tapes of him, 2 games where he's gotten better every game. Usually these freshman backs hit the wall at this time of the year, but not Crockett. And as I said, he will be a star in this league before he's done.
He's a 5'11", 220-pound freshman from Christian High School in Little Rock. He's going left. He's going further left. That reminds me of Hank Stram and Jack Buck. Got something working to the left, Jack.
There it is. That's how you shake the pom-pom when you bought a ticket and that's all you got. That's kind of pathetic, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. That's a weak pom-pom. Yes. Really a weak
Well, there it goes
There
again.
we go yet again.
Boy, could you ever imagine a Tennessee defense that just seems to they just don't know which direction to go to make any stops out there. I tell you, of all the injury this year, the one that I think has hurt Tennessee the most is Jalen Reeves-Maben. He was a tackling machine. He played the will linebacker spot, which is designed in this defense to shuttle in and make the most tackles, and his injury really has cost him.
This is Ish Witter. That's his 4th carry. Colton Jumper made the tackle. Remember that Darren Kirkland was injured in the first quarter. Quick snap. Witter, number 21. These two have roughly divided the carries coming into the game. Ish Witter had carried 126 times to Crockett's 149, so they'll rotate them. Left got this one. Missed tackle. And the catch is made by Jamon Moore.
Well, when you can run the ball inside, then you know eventually you're going to get man-to-man on the outside. Cameron Sutton gets beat and then misses a tackle. When you do not practice or do not play for that long of a time, you can see now as one substitute for Missouri, Tennessee can slow the pace down by substituting the entire defensive line and slow it completely down.
Already 172 yards on the ground.
Amazing.
Isn't it?
Yes.
I mean, we haven't completed the first quarter. Pass. Contact. Oh, no, he went short. Jamon Moore.
The red zone has been a problem, and I tell you, if you go all the way back to the opening game against West Virginia, they had 4 drives that were stopped for no points that went to the 24-yard line, the 7, the 25, and the 6. 4 times against West Virginia, they got no points.
Oh. Drew Lock slipped. That red zone offense is 122nd. In the FBS.
Yeah, and another reason for it is poor field goal kicking against West Virginia in that game early in the year. They missed 2 field goals, they had a turnover, and they had 4 downs. But you're right, you got to get down there, you have to score points.
And the Missouri Verizon red zone offense as we reach the end of the first quarter. 7-6 Tennessee on top by virtue of a missed extra point by Missouri. We'll return to Knoxville after this message and a word from your local station.
Find the features that matter in your life, and we'll match you with the perfect car. Auto Trader, the only car search engine driven by you.
I'm here in Bristol, Virginia, and now I'm in Bristol, Tennessee. On this side of the road is Virginia, and on this side, it's Tennessee. No matter which state in the country you live in, you could save hundreds on car insurance by switching to Geico. Look, I'm in Virginia. I'm in Tennessee. Virginia, Tennessee. And now I'm in, Virginia.
See how much you could save on car insurance.
Or am I in Virginia?
Catch Matt LeBlanc in a new Man with a Plan, CBS Monday after Kevin can wait.
Your keys to your new RAV4. Going somewhere fun?
I think I might go visit my brother.
I'll be home for Christmas.
Life is better when we celebrate together.
Right now, during the Toyotathon sales event, get 0% APR for 60 months plus $1,000 holiday bonus cash on a new 2017 Toyota RAV4. That's 0% APR.
Toyota, let's go places.
Look, if they want to host Thanksgiving the old-fashioned way, well, they can knock themselves out. But that's not exactly your style. You bought Jenny O oven-ready turkey. You just slide it out of the bag and into the oven, leaving you with time for those fancy flowers. And that turkey? Well, it's not the only thing that ends up looking good. Best host ever? Yeah, probably.
Act now. Get Xfinity Internet for just $19.99 a month for 12 months. Surf, email, browse, and download all for $19.99 a month. Or call 1-800-XFINITY and ask how you can get even more speed. Xfinity delivers the fastest, reliable internet and in-home Wi-Fi experience for all rooms, all devices, all the time. Call 1-800-XFINITY to get started with Xfinity Internet for as low as $19.99 a month for 12 months. Call 1-800-XFINITY today.
Every morning the sun rises in our fair city. A while later, Chris, the late riser, wakens for a day of work and involvement in FSU and community, serving Tallahassee as he has for years. Across town, Brother Peter, the early riser, has already turned on the lights, checked itineraries, and game planned with loyal employees who've been showing up every day for decades. And as the day rolls into business mode, the brothers orchestrate what has come to be recognized as Tallahassee's premier auto dealership, your car dealer, Kraft Nissan.
This is WCTV, Thomasville, Tallahassee, Valdosta.
Good news for Tennessee. Darren Kirkland, we thought it was a shoulder injury. He's back on the field.
Well, if you're Missouri right here, I can't see kicking a field goal.
No.
Even though it's 3rd and 12, I go, well, just pretend it's 2nd down. Because I'd be going for it.
Tucker McCann has missed his last 5 field goals. He's 5 of 11 for the year. Locke hit from behind, and that affects the ball. It was Derek Barnett, who has 30 sacks in his career, chasing the career record. He trails Reggie White, the legendary lineman from Tennessee, Philly, Green Bay.
You know, he is bigger than you think, and he turns the corner as well as any defensive end in college football. Myles Garrett is as close as there is to Barnett, and you got to go for it, don't you?
Yeah, with the field goal problems they've had, absolutely. 4th and 12.
And timeout by Missouri. Okay, you can't make a field goal, you can't punt. You're worried about blocking Barnett on 3rd and long. Not a lot of options.
Public Relations Director Chad Mueller of Missouri came by the booth and he said, unless it's a kickoff.
4th and 12 here. Let's see what they do. Oh, movement now. It's going to be 4th and 17.
I bet they still go for it.
False start. Offense, number 12. 5-yard penalty. Still 4th down.
There's a lot of tough parts of this Missouri season. And at this level of football, not to have a kicker that you can even try a field goal with, that's got to be tough to take. Movement in the slot, you can see it, pointed out very clearly that time. Rashawn Golden had it called before the official did.
4th down, 17. Locke rolls right, pulls up, heaves it into the end zone, but wide right. Kendall Blanton was the intended receiver.
That's deflating for your football team. You have a very successful drive. You get down there for all intents purposes. It should be a 3-point drive, but now you have a 10-play drive and you can't even try for a field goal. That eventually adds up and demoralizes your football team. I mean, they've got 27 plays already, and their total yards are almost 170 yards in basically the first quarter of the game.
Joshua Dobbs with the keeper.
And careful, diving on a pile at the whistle time right there. That's when you can get called.
That was Ricky Hatley who was on top, and Dobbs a little gimpy as he gets up.
One of the things you worry about with Josh Dobbs at the beginning of the season is all the accumulated hits, but right now you don't care. It is what it is. They're not going to win the championship. It's going to be a lost year for this Tennessee football team.
Dobbs. In or out? Ooh, they're saying
let's find out.
In. Josh Malone.
Great throw. He did catch the ball. Now, where did his toe come down? His left toe came down before his right toe. It's going to be a catch. Watch his left come down before. Yes, his right toe was out. The
first down.
The Missouri bench was correct about his right toe, but they did not see the left toe.
There it is.
Yep, just in front of the play. Oh, I think Missouri is going to take a timeout, maybe trying to get a
replay.
Timeout before the snap. Missouri.
They're going to lose.
The second timeout of the half.
Al Ford is the replay official. He said before the game.
He caught it before his right foot came down. I still think it's a catch. One more look here. Watch him re-catch it. I still think his left foot comes down as he catches it. However, I do think Missouri got a bit of a raw deal here. I thought this play should have been stopped. It was close enough that it should have taken a few more looks because the ball was bobbled and Missouri was forced to use a timeout, at least at this point. They may be explaining to Butch Jones that they may be overturning the timeout. Let's see what happens here, because I think it called for a review. It was that close.
I believe we're about to get the explanation. Then again, maybe not.
Maybe not. Well, the coaches know, we don't.
What? That was not an official review, thus I guess no explanation whatsoever. From,
just a timeout for Missouri.
Yeah, Hubert Owens. Play action, Dobbs.
Oh, out and up. He's got him.
Oh, he's got him. Malone in stride, touchdown, Tennessee. They beat Anthony Sherrills.
And if it wasn't for Josh Dobbs maneuvering the pocket, he would not have got him, but he had him wide open.
Dobbs is now 7 of 8 for 146 yards.
What a beautiful route, set up perfectly, ran and executed it perfectly, but it was Dobbs' ability in the pocket to make it go.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, offense number 3. A penalty with it being forced 15 yards on the kickoff. Number 3 is charged with his first unsportsmanlike conduct foul.
That's Malone, the man who caught the touchdown pass. Aaron Medley for the extra point. Parker Henry will hold it, and the kick is up and good.
Just watch the perfect route run. Sherrills bites, but inside, out and up right there is how the play is opened up. Dobbs in the pocket, avoids it, and then deep to the outside. Dobbs had to buy time, and that allowed the completion.
Malone, and it might have been taunting.
Woo, those were some games.
Here's the kick. Alex Ross is deep, takes it at the 15. Short kickoff, and he moves out to the 40. Rashawn Galden with the tackle.
Well, Josh Malone got a celebration penalty, but why not? As pretty a route as you can run. Out, sells it big time, and look how much he's open. 5, 6, 7 yards on the play. He's able to slow down and then goes to the stands, salutes to the stands, and that was the penalty. Could have been the next one when they were dancing as well. It could have got a 30-yarder. That would have been nice.
Yeah, that would have been really. My gosh. First down and 10.
Another run.
Whoa, here we go. Nate Strong, number 29.
Doesn't matter nowadays who's running the ball.
No.
Great blocking up front. The Missouri offensive line was one of the major question marks coming into this season, and they've been a good story all year.
Tennessee, as Gary mentioned, they gave up 434 yards, 443 to Kentucky.
After 400, nobody cares.
Yeah, thank you. Bail me out again. Second and 11, it'll be third down.
When you look at it, you lose inside linebackers, you lose Maben, you lose Kirkland, you lose 3 or 4 defensive tackles, and that's what happens.
Third and 10. Got him.
Oh, he slipped. Could have made it. Thought for sure he had a first down, but slipped just before the line.
Yeah, they're going to spot it shy of the first down. Jonathan Johnson, number 12.
Yep, you see he was upset with himself. Injured players and timeout.
That's LaTroy Lewis, number 4.
Defensive end who's moved to tackle, and that's just a bad place to play at Tennessee. Tackle, you get hurt.
Timeout. And now includes LaTroy Lewis.
Let's see what happened to him on that one. Again, he's at tackle position. That gets cut right as, oh, actually, it almost ended up being an inadvertent chop block on the play. 2 players going to cut because it was going to be a fast throw, and he kind of ran into a chop block.
Well, it's 4th and short at the 27-yard line.
Yeah, it's inches. We're going to go under center.
Locke tries to draw them offside.
Oh, they'll watch the shot. They can snap it here. I've seen many, many times when they do this.
Yeah.
Oh, geez, Augusta. Gave it to the big defensive tackle, and they fumbled it.
Augusta, number 97.
Oh, gosh.
Dylan Bates recovered the fumble.
Oh, my God, he never even came close to having the ball. Augusta barely comes off. Kind of the word that comes up to mind is waddles towards the first down and doesn't make it.
Well, William Perry, he is not.
Wow. And last week against Vandy, when they're trying to put the game on the goal line, 4th and a yard, they had a bad snap in a situation the ball was going to go to Augusta as well.
Ball at the 28. On the reverse, right side, Tyler Bird. And let's go back to New York. Here's Adam Zucker.
All right, Vern, love hearing you say Augusta. Meanwhile, at the Big House, after losing last week, number 3 Michigan's trailing Indiana. Camion Patrick's second run of his career has the Hoosiers up 7-3. John O'Corn, the quarterback today for Michigan. Back to you.
All right, Adam.
That is not good news for Ohio State. A close game against Michigan State, and Michigan not destroying so far Indiana. The committee will notice.
Dobbs across the middle, wide open, is Ethan Wolf, number 82.
Well, Josh Dobbs, we talk about him being a runner and such a threat, but in this game he's 9 for 10, and his throwing in this game has been spot on. Had one bad game this year. South Carolina had a rough game, really probably cost him that game and maybe the SEC East Championship.
Play action again. Dobbs under pressure again, wide open at the 32-yard line. Jason Kroom, one of the seniors honored before the game started today.
Love the way, as you watch the pass here, watch Dobbs though, under pressure, let it go. As Vern told you, he knew he was going to get hit, steps into it, and throws another strike. Well, he is on his game because he knew that Missouri defender was going to close on him.
Coming right is John Kelly, sophomore out of Detroit. You know, it's funny, we had conversation with Darren Kirkland yesterday. There is an injured player. Let's see who that is. Markel Utsi, number 49. They will
block right. They're coming in on a wham block. It's left knee or shoulder pad to his left knee on a kind of a wham situation. And the true freshman Utsi, hope he's okay.
Second down, 8, 14-6 the score. 2 touchdown passes from Dobbs, who was 10 of 11 for 185. Kelly goes left. I started to mention we talked to Alvin Kamara yesterday, and he was chatting. It seems unanimous that John Kelly has quite the personality.
I think his breakout game against Texas A&M, when he just came out and did a nice job in that game, really won his teammates over. And as Vern mentioned to you, everybody was raving about his personality. Running back from Detroit that has kind of won his teammates over.
Roll out, Dobbs. His receiver slipped.
He did.
As he made the cut. Josh Malone.
Yeah, I think this ball was supposed to go shorter this time, but a good play by the Missouri defense to grab, I think, the tight end on the play. Well, I think the ball was going to come right here. Watch the grab right there. That is what really stopped the play. And if we don't have a slip down on the outside, probably would have been completed anyway.
So here is Aaron Medley for the field goal on 4th and 7. Parker Henry is the holder. 47 yards out, Elijah Medford is the long snapper. Medley's long for the season is 42. Will it come back in? It will not. Wide right.
The Missouri defense got to stop. Thinking about it. Remember, they missed an extra point, and they had an opportunity to kick a field goal and had to give it up. A 14-6 game. If I'm the Missouri Tigers, considering we've got burned by a hot quarterback here, 10 for 12 and some big plays, I'm happy to be in the game.
Miss from 47 for Medley. And Missouri gets the ball back at its own 29-yard line. Earlier today, Florida went into Baton Rouge, had 2 goal line stands, the last with no time on the clock, and they won it and cinched the SEC East Championship. Only 2 losses, one of them occurred here.
Game they had a 21-0 lead.
Yeah, there's a little shove out to the left. Demarie Crockett. Now Quicken Loans presents today's Scholar Athletes. On the left, Sean Culkin. On the right, Brett Kendrick. Quicken Loans' commitment to the investment of our future, shown today by donating $1,000 to Missouri and Tennessee's General Scholarship Fund. Here is Crockett.
Crockett is such an interesting player and a recruit. Missouri beat Boise State for him, and his other teams that he was considering, Vern, Army and Navy. Interesting football player.
Sure is.
He's not the fastest player, but fast enough, as you can see.
10 carries for 115 already.
Oh, nice shift right there.
Let's do it again.
Yep. You got to give it to this Missouri offensive line. I tell you, every Missouri Tiger fan, as Crockett freezes the tackler and gains 3 or 4 yards, thought that the weakness would be the offensive line. It has not been the weakness of this football team this year.
Crockett again up the middle. That's his 11th carry.
You know, I really thought coming into this year, I was wrong. One of my dark horse teams in the East was Missouri. I thought Locke would be better. I thought they'd have a good defense. That proved to be a little disappointing, but I really like this team coming in, and I think they're going to be much better a year from now.
Crockett for the 12th time.
Right, Crockett right now is going Can we get out of this tempo mode? Because I'm dying out here.
No, we'll counter him with tempo. Demarie Crockett.
He got the first down, though,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
He's going to have to be subbed, though, because he's out of gas. Takes on jumper and then falls forward. Nice finish off to that run.
And he will get a breather. And Ish Witter, number 21, is on. Witter has already carried 5 times.
Crockett over 100 yards, 137 yards already.
Quarterback keeper Locke strolls in. Now, I bet they go for 2.
Well, if they don't, I'm going to have to send a search party for the decision on this one. Really? They're going to try to kick the extra point. Easy keep on this one. Read the end man on the line of scrimmage is what he's doing. Crash down and walk in. And we're going to try the extra point just to keep us guessing. That's what they're going to do.
You're going to miss me. Tucker McCann. He missed 2 extra points.
How hard can it be?
Last week. He's got the yips. Bad snap.
And
well, no problem. Jake Brents is the snapper.
You know what? I think the bad snap just allowed him to follow through.
Trotting on the field saying, really?
Hey, but he nailed it.
Yes, he did. Despite the bad snap and the very good hold by Brents. Well, coming up on the Geico halftime, and we're 8 minutes to go in the second half here. Go back to New York for the Geico halftime report with Adam, Rick, and Brian.
You got it right that time.
Thank you. Practice. Crockett, 146. They hadn't stopped him yet. Witter, Strong, Locke, and memorably Josh Augusta. 14-13. Comes the run to the right. Camara.
Vern, we opened the game with deciding whether this Tennessee team and Butch Jones didn't even know whether they'd be ready emotionally to play, especially if Florida lost. Now, they've lost. Seems like his team's involved. I mean, they've had trouble stopping the run all the year. That's not the problem there. Their offense is playing well. I think Butch has to be happy with the play of his football team, despite the fact they're not going to go to the championship.
Rush from the backside. Dobbs gets rid of it, and it's tipped. That was Charles Harris. Allie?
Vernon Gary, I got to see some of the players and certainly the fans react after they were finding out that Florida had won. And the players were upset at first, but it did not take them long to rally each other back into the excitement of this game. They want to go out the right way. The coaching staff was encouraging them to keep fighting, telling them, hey, Missouri's too good of a football team. Let's make sure we stay focused and not focus on the fact that we're out of this SEC East race.
Well, mid-season, a 3-game losing slump. Having defeated Florida and Georgia, here's Dobbs in trouble. He's elusive, and he can run. How about that?
Yeah, that is picking up the first down, but it's really about a 30-yard gain compared to where he should have been sacked right there on the 10-yard line. Watch where this thing ends up on the 38-yard line. It's 28-yard gain from the spot he should have been sacked.
That was Marcel Frazier, number 16, who missed him, or Dobbs, who avoided him. Depends on half full, half empty.
Yeah, absolutely.
First down 10. Alvin Kamara is back on the field. Dobbs drills it. Sliding catch. Did he?
Well, he was out of bounds. Now, did he get shoved out of bounds and come back in? See the official with his hat off. They're calling the catch.
Whoa. Brandon Johnson.
Yeah, they're going to say that John Gibson, number 5, pushed him out. Yes, he did. Forced him out, come back in, he gets in before he catches the ball. That's a good call.
Only the 7th catch of the year for Brandon Johnson. First down just inside the 40. And
might get a real replay here.
The previous play is under further review.
Hope it comes with an explanation. Just saying.
Vern, you're going to get me in trouble. They
I
can't do anything
know.
to you, but they can to me, okay? Be careful here.
Oh, goodness.
Watch the shove out of bounds.
I've got a longer leash than I've had.
Yes. Now, does he get all the way in when he catches the football? I think he does. Now, did he catch the ball? I think he got underneath it and was a clear catch. All the elements. It was a shove out, he was in, and I think he clearly caught the ball. This is good review music. I don't know if the people on TV.
I just
it
was
sounds like
thinking
it,
that,
right?
yeah.
I like this.
Sounds like double jeopardy.
Yeah, it's kind of Jeopardy music. Yep.
After review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. It will be first down.
Well done.
Had to be established back in the field, and he did, and got that elbow under the ball.
Josh Dobbs, 11 of 14 for 207. So the two offensive stars here in the first half have been Dobbs and Crockett from Missouri. Right side, big hole. No, that hole closed immediately. Alvin Kamara, Joey Burkett.
And
middle linebacker.
Yeah, and the new style of defense for Missouri, they've about halfway through the season were forced to junk their read and react defense. They slanted the defensive ends and asked Burkett to come slide out and make the tackle, and they defended it well.
Second down, 7. Corner blitz. Dobbs inside route. Incomplete.
Poked away that time by Donovan Newsome. Newsome is the hybrid on this defense. He plays Sam linebacker and a bit of strong safety and gets his right hand in there to deflect that pass. Slightly underthrown. It would have taken a perfect pass to complete it. You know, when you're playing man-to-man coverage, you're depending on the quarterback not to throw a perfect pass every time because you have to be able to deflect those poor throws.
Third down, 7. 3 down for the moment. Let's see if they're coming. They are not. Missouri rushes 3. Perfect pass. Wow.
Yes.
Kamara.
And that's why he's so valuable. The Missouri defense actually defended this play. They were ready for it. You see number 25, Newsome, inside. They were ready for it. It was a perfect throw. And why Alvin Kamara, I continue to say, will be one of the highest drafted backs in the SEC this year. You know, we're going to go, Fournette's going to go first, but after that.
Reverse. Tyler Bird, he's got speed, as Gary has mentioned throughout the year.
He's upset. He thought he had one there. He launched about the 5-yard line, but came out of bounds. Tyler Bird, a true freshman, fastest player on the team, gets to the corner and thinks he's going to score here, goes up, and then his momentum takes him out of bounds. And that's momentum.
I thought you didn't believe in that. There's a touchdown.
That's momentum.
Kamara, 6, equals his number. Wonderful drive by the Volunteers.
All spearheaded, Vern, with Joshua Dobbs spinning out of that sack to set up this drive. Once he did that, Tennessee took control of the drive, and Kamara walks in. The Tennessee offensive line cleans it up for him.
Aaron Medley for the extra point. 4-yard touchdown run for Kamara. Kick good. 21-13. Alvin Kamara.
Okay, Google, Show me Korean restaurants in Boulder.
I found a few places.
The new Pixel, phone by Google, exclusively at Verizon. The only next-gen network that lets you get the most out of it.
How is this possible?
Because Verizon LTE Advanced delivers 50% faster peak speeds in 450 cities coast to coast. Buy a Pixel and get up to $400 back. And get 20 gigs of data with no surprise overages. And 4 lines for only $40 each. Why settle when you can have it all on Verizon?
Some call it hard work, determination, or grit. I call it blimp-worthy.
Come join us for the Jared Light Up the Holidays event. This exclusive event features our very best prices of the season and an amazing selection of exclusive pieces. November 16th through 20th only. That's why he went to Jared.
Can't let 2 motorcycle clubs take justice into their own hands. We gotta figure out what's going on before things escalate.
A new NCIS New Orleans Tuesday.
Well, the last drive, as Vern said, was a great drive, but it all started with this 3rd down escape by Josh Dobbs. It would have stopped it on the 10-yard line, but Dobbs on his own saves the drive. And then from there, it was precision. An option pass to Kamara, a great call by Mike DeBoard to get the ball into the hands of his fastest player on the reverse, and then finishes it off with his money back, Alvin Kamara, near the goal line. A little bit of great play by your senior quarterback, and then Mike DeBoard, the guy without the hat right there.
As is his custom, he sat alone in the coach's box for at least 2 hours before the game. This is Alex Ross. Aaron Medley. Well, we've told this story before. Mike DeBoard, as is his custom, comes in, takes his seat. There was a flag on the last play. I happened to look over when we arrived here, and
he said hi. That's right.
He did. And then someone came in and sat down next to him. Here's the call.
10-yard penalty, first down.
Did you notice how everybody leaves him alone to work before the game, by the way?
But there was one guy who came in and sat down, and I thought to myself, he's going to toss you out of the booth.
And now in our booth is just people at, hey, Vern!
Oh, come on now.
Remember us in 5th grade? We used to have fun.
Oh, gosh.
We're going on that cruise together, right? I'm going to miss it, though. I got to say, I'm going to miss it.
Oh, dear. First down 10. That's Ish Witter. .438 to go. Oh. Kendall Vickers. Let's not run that play again.
Well, sometimes you blow them out, and sometimes you miss your block. And this time, Missouri missed the block, and Vickers makes the easy stop.
Lock. Nice.
See that throw? Just talked about the slant from Dobbs. If you have the opportunity, if you can throw a strike, you can complete that pass all day. If it's a half a step behind, it's not a bad pass. It's just not a perfect pass. That was a perfect pass.
Lock again, this time wide open on the left side is Jamon Mooney.
You can see his arm strength. You know, when you look at Drew Lock, I mean, here's a guy that decided to play quarterback in Missouri instead of playing basketball at Oklahoma State and Purdue. Pretty talented future. And as this offense gets better, you got to look at Missouri in 2017 as they build this team. I think they're going to be a threat next year.
Flag.
Holding on the defense on an eligible receiver doing a legal forward pass play. The result of the play would be more than what the penalty yardage would be, so that foul is declined. The result of the play is a first down.
So 3:59 to go. Missouri with 1 timeout remaining. Locke with the pitch. Ish Witter. All down by Elliott Berry.
Tackle by Abernathy and Berry, gained at 5.
Emmanuel Hall. I just looked down at the stat board we have in front of us. I was looking for a misprint. 316 yards rushing.
Wow. Is it that many total yards? Those are total.
216.
Yes.
Yeah, 216. Sorry.
It's all right. That's the RPO right there. That's a double, one of those double plays called. That could have been either a run or a pass. You look outside, you see Emmanuel Hall wide open. You just keep it, pitch it, and get a first down.
Locke with a play fake, steps up, fires it man open. It's caught by Jonathan Johnson. First and goal, Missouri.
And what did we say? Sooner or later, this is going to be hit. Right down the hash. Safety is going to the wrong side of the field, and you get an open guy, you can't miss them all, and he didn't miss that one.
32 yards, Ish Witter with the carry. He's caught and dropped. Picked up 1 or 2.
You know, Vernie, even though you didn't have the rushing right, you did circle an amazing thing. 350 total yards of offense in the first half for this Missouri offense, and they're pretty balanced now. With 219 rushing and over 100 passing in this game, 132. What a display of offense against Tennessee here.
Locke gives it off. Witter drives, touchdown, Missouri.
Now the excitement starts again for the extra point.
I'm not saying a word.
What a drive. 9 plays. This seemed easy. I mean, at this part of the game right here, they had the first stop on the running play, and then after that, I don't know if Tennessee had even close to a stop.
Well, it's going to be Tucker McCann, true freshman from O'Fallon, Illinois. Again, the hold was excellent because the snap wasn't all that great. And McCann has hit the extra point.
Never seen that. Mark Stoops, Dan Mullen, and Barry Odom, 5 out of the 6 are defensive coordinator, defensive coaches.
This is Dobbs.
Only Dan Mullen got his first coaching job, head coaching job, as an offensive coach, and then got the Mississippi State job.
Interesting theme. Back to your point, the celebration after the extra point was extraordinary.
Yes, they were. I don't blame them if you miss that many. And of course, this Tennessee team, such high hopes this year, but with the injuries on defense, they just don't have it. They really don't.
Tyler Bird. Marcel Frazier wraps him up. First-year coaches this year: Kirby Smart 7-4, Muschamp 3-5, Ed Orgeron, his team had 2 goal line attempts that were stuffed by Florida.
Hard to believe, and I know Leonard Fournette is not 100%. The offensive line, a lot of people believe for LSU is one of the top lines in all of college football, and they can't knock Florida out of the way. Give that Florida defense credit.
3rd down, 9. Two, 1.
Gonna take a timeout.
Yep. Yes, they are. 21-20. 3rd down. Dobbs steps up. Bottom drop. There's a flag.
And Charles Harris is going to get the sack on this one. Another effort sack. 3-man rush, and he just keeps coming. Going wide. Continues, throws him out of the way, and just comes inside. Look at that burst.
Wow.
What a play.
Holding offense, number 55. That penalty is declined. 4th down.
That's Coleman Thomas at center. 54 seconds to go. 4th down and 10.
Dobbs got a little tangled up, and no big deal. I do say that holding penalty right there saved Missouri from having to take a timeout. So in reality, all things have kind of evened out for Missouri. They had one they had to take on a potential review, and they got one back right there.
You'll pardon me, if you will, but at the end of that play, down goes Frazier.
Really?
Yeah, sorry. It was just sitting right there.
Might as well.
I better explain this to the younger people. Howard Cosell, the late Howard Cosell, earned part of his reputation as a boxing announcer. And famously, he said, down goes Frazier.
Vern, I figure if they don't know that, they should just Google it. In my opinion, tough on you if you don't figure it out. Right? You have to really, if you don't know that one, you're not a great sports fan.
Hey, I did a speech here recently, and I told a Howard Cosell story, and I realized that there was some looks.
Who's that?
Who the heck is Howard Cosell? Google it. Spell check.
Well,
yep.
21-20. Missouri has decided that I believe right now they should carefully get out of this half. Okay, now this is one of those situations. Maybe, if you get maybe one more first down, you can let her fly. What will Josh Heupel and offensive coordinator Barry Odom, what will he allow his offense to do? Will they attack or not?
4 wides, 2 on either side, and they will hand it off.
Yes,
yeah.
Not surprised. You've got that Tennessee defense teeing off. You don't want to get your offensive line down in the dumps, have a bad play here at the end of the half.
Ish Witter with that last carry. Dropped, well, I don't know if it was dropped, a little behind it. Jonathan Johnson.
Yeah.
Barry Odom. Of course, this was a team in turmoil a year ago. Matty Mock, the starter, kicked off the squad. There was a racial tension around the University of Missouri. So they have overcome a lot. There's the run. Witter. First down, stops the clock.
Now you can do what you want. Crockett may be a bit out of gas because of what that last 2 drives ago. Oh, the receiver wasn't even looking.
No, not at all.
Nope.
Jonathan Johnson again. There's Crockett behind the signs. Crockett 15 carries for 146. Witter 12 carries for 63. 15 seconds to go before the break.
Well, last time we saw him, he was out of gas. Let's see if if something happened or they're just waiting for the second half.
Lock, deep right side. Incomplete. Emmanuel Hall, number 84. 3rd and 10 with 8 seconds to go. Oh boy, isn't that pretty? Tennessee River winding through Knoxville as the sun descends in the west. That's not news. 3rd down.
Do they have?
No.
I thought they might have a free play there, but no, they blew the whistle with the defender with a free run at the quarterback.
Offside, defense, number 9, 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
Could have picked a number, but at that time that was safety of the quarterback right there. An unimpeded run at the quarterback, they blew the whistle.
So the same 8 seconds remain. 1 timeout left.
Maybe they could, maybe the strategy is throw a 5-yard pass and then a Hail Mary. Nope.
Oh, it's the Hail Mary.
Yeah, I thought maybe you get one, little 5-8-yard pass. I think Tennessee would have conceded that, and then you could throw for the end zone because this far away, you can't get it to the end zone.
So So 1 second left on 4th and 5.
And now the only hope for Missouri is a pass interference call to get one more play. Well, I guess, unless there's a series of missed tackles, I guess something could happen. Remember, Missouri gets the ball to start the second half.
Exactly. 4th and 5. Let's keep it on the ground, give it to Ish Witter, and add to our total of ground gains. Witter with his 13th carry. Just an average rushing first half by Missouri.
Okay, but it's been Josh Dobbs spinning out a couple third downs and hitting the big plays.
Medley will kick off. Alex Ross is the deep man, and he will allow it to bounce through. Well, what do you want to talk about here? Offense or defense?
That's a good one. I want to say that if I'm a Missouri fan, I'm really encouraged by what I'm seeing from this football team. I'm looking forward. We got a team that had a losing year, has started to turn around. If I'm a Tennessee fan, I want to see how my team plays in the second half.
Right.
You know, all the hope they had of getting back into the championship is not there. Let's see how they finish this football game.
Well, Butch Jones told Allie he was not aware that Florida had won.
Right.
Until she told him. 21-20. Locke. Intercepted. Picked off by Tennessee. It's Micah Abernathy to the 10 and out of bounds at the 9.
Remember Maurice Smith last week did the same thing? Watch Abernathy bait the throw. He'll come down inside, go in, and then step back into the crossing route. What a wonderful play. Baited the throw by Drew Lock. Very similar to what we had a week ago when the first drive ended by Georgia with an interception. And this time Abernathy has it right there for the Tennessee team on the 10-yard line.
Micah Abernathy missed 3 games this year with an injury. Big part.
I think Tennessee's confusion on defense confused Drew Lock.
Jawan Jennings out of the backfield, and he is down at the 5. Well, Micah Abernathy, if you go west on I-20 out of Atlanta, there's a portion of the interstate highway named Ralph Abernathy Highway. It's named in honor of his grandfather, who was one of the champions of the civil rights era in the 60s and a dear and close friend of Martin Luther King Jr. 2nd and goal. Dobbs had a terrific first half. And he is tackled as he lets it go. Charles Harris. Well, there's Dr. Ralph Abernathy on the right, obviously Dr. Martin Luther King on the left. Both the signal figures in the 60s.
Out of scrimmage.
Dobbs did a good job of getting rid of that ball right at the end to save 5 yards and keep Tennessee in a good scoring position here.
Movement at the offensive line. Inside, touchdown. Guess who? Jawan Jennings.
Kind of a cross pick on the play. Missouri is playing 3-on-2 coverage, and watch the slot pick out and then inside for Jennings. Beautiful play, not played very well at all by the Missouri defense that time. On that play, I think Donovan Newsom needed to get out wider and help play on 3-on-2 defense and ended up playing 2-on-2 defense.
Well, 1 minute, 2 seconds into the third quarter. Aaron Medley's on to try the extra point, which he has connected. And it's 28-20.
Easy as you can get from 3rd and 5. That was almost a gift touchdown.
Just over a minute gone by here in the third. Alex Ross is deep to return it if he can. It's short kick. Ross at the 6. Good downfield tackle. Cortez McDowell. Our aerial coverage today provided by Goodyear. For 60 years, Goodyear has provided aerial coverage of college football's greatest traditions and biggest rivalries. Well, this facility holds 102,000. It's about half full right now.
Do you know this music? Can you hear this? Game of Thrones.
Oh.
Can't wait till that come back.
Well,
it's kind of Game of Thrones in this league, basically. They have all the families. You get on the wrong side, believe me, they don't like you.
Demarie Crockett is back in.
Yes, he's healthy.
You really thought I would know the music?
Well, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Just checking you out.
Okay.
You're going to have more time here pretty soon.
Yes, we are. And there's a Tennessee player down. Oh, boy. That's Kendall Vickers, defensive tackle. Vickers on the sideline.
Came in late on this tackle. I don't know if it was his own player that got him on the play. Hopefully he'll be fine.
Handoff. Crockett. That's his 17th carry in the game for 159 yards. Crockett again.
Well, as Butch Jones went off the field, he referred to the tempo offense of Missouri giving his defense problems. I suppose that's right, but it's been the runs right up the middle that has been the problem.
Well, look at this graphic. Here's Lockman Chase, got him. Derek Barnett, his 31st career sack. That leaves him one shy of tying the great Reggie White, and too shy of breaking the record.
And the reason this time he had helped Derek Barnett from the coverage, this was another RPO. The ball was going to go to the tight end. Good coverage by the Tennessee defense at time, and that allowed Derek Barnett, who was not blocked on the play. See, when you run one of those, you're expecting to get rid of that ball quick, and you have to throw it. If it's not there, you got to get rid of it, or you'll get sacked. That's on Drew Lock. That caused the sack.
Third down 15, 3 down for Tennessee.
Timeout by Missouri before the penalty. They were going to get a delay of game.
Timeout. Missouri. It's their first time out of the half.
That's the 11th sack of the season for Derek Barnett. He trails in career sacks. The great Reggie.
Interesting timeout by Missouri. They did save 5 yards, but it is 3rd and 16. Let's hope Barry Odom doesn't need that timeout later. What are the chances of picking it up? Because now it's going to be 3rd and 21.
Yes.
False start. Offense, number 77. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
Paul Adams, the right tackle.
So many plays they run in an up-tempo situation. Now after a timeout, they get a chance to call the play, and what happens? They jump illegal procedure offside.
Keep it on the ground, up the middle. Watch out!
Look at this.
Demarie Crockett.
Like I said, a great timeout by Barry Odom. Had to set it up, though, with the 5-yard penalty first. And I'll tell you, I was surprised. I turned on the tape, watched one full game with Demarie Crockett, and said, I got to watch another game because this guy surprised me. He is one of the better backs in the Southeastern Conference as a true freshman, and he's only going to get better, obviously, as he's now approaching, 200 yards?
Yes, and he's over 1,000 for the season.
Wow. That's right, he had to average 96 a game. He did in one game.
Took care of that, didn't he? Now he's got the cape back on.
Don't blame him. He's winded. How's your ankle? I don't know. I'm too tired to feel it.
Averaging 7 yards per carry in this ball game. Ish Witter. That's his 15th carry.
Vern, Tennessee put lights in the stadium in 1972. This year is the first time what did not happen in this stadium since 1972.
Boy, you have too much time in your hands.
No, I was at the party last night, just like you.
I confess I don't.
First time Tennessee has not had a home night game since they put the lights in.
Boy.
How about that? All day games this year, thanks to CBS.
Yep, that's right.
Got him again.
Oh my gosh.
Yes,
yeah.
got him again.
Jamon Moore.
The explosive Jamon Moore. Last week he went for 138 yards. This time he bats it down with one hand and catches it with two hands. What a wonderful play.
4 carries, 60 yards. He had 4 receptions, rather. And here's Ish Witter.
On the other side of the field, we got some extracurricular. And no call. Talking about Jamon Moore, in the first game against West Virginia, just to give you an example how important he is to the offense, he was targeted that game 23 times against West Virginia.
Witter again. That's his 18th carry, and Crockett has 19. And Witter is about to go over 100 yards in this game. There's Crockett with 190, Witter with 98. And they've gone 305 yards on the ground. Well, make it 304. But as Gary said,
it's 4-down territory, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well, Barry Odom's 1-0 against me today in decision, so I won't keep quiet, but I'm going to say he might be right again, whatever he does.
Up the middle, Witter got the 1st and 10. 1st and goal, actually.
It just seems, everybody thinks that this Missouri offense is a finesse offense, but in this football game, they are going right up the gut. Dubinsky, Pendleton, Padre, Adams, and Howard have done an outstanding job on the line of scrimmage today.
Trailing by 8. It's a 1st and goal. And the training staff is coming out for Tennessee. Looks like Micah Abernathy might have been.
Yeah, Abernathy got hit and after the interception, but none of the tackles have slowed down this. None of the tackling has slowed down this rush offense in this game. Got hit, initial hit was about the 8-yard line, and he drove it inside the 5 after the initial hit. Comes up, Abernathy's there, gets the hit. Now watch this. 3-4 more yards after the initial hit, eventually brought down by Kyle Phillips.
And I couldn't tell what happened to Abernathy.
I think, what if he gets stung his arm or shoulder on the play? Looks like he got him a little bit with his right arm. Yeah, his right arm gets caught in there, and looks like it almost goes dead on the play.
So he is kneeling at the 5-yard line. His interception on the opening possession of the 3rd quarter of Drew Lock set up the touchdown.
I think the Tennessee medical staff had Abernathy stay right there so the defense could get a blow.
Interesting.
Because they were just waiting, and I think that part of the strategy there, I'm not saying he wasn't hurt and stung, but I think when they went out there, they said, come on, we are tired. This is a 12-play drive. Just stay right here, and then we'll walk you off.
Nigel Warrior moves over to the free safety spot. 1st and goal. Why not run it to the 1? Ish Witter. Now he's got one more carry than does Crockett.
Great block by Kalkman that time, number 80.
Touchdown, Missouri. Witter again.
What a drive.
You want to
What an
venture a guess? They're going for one or two?
I think they just feel they're on a roll, kicking extra points. Why stop?
2 in a row.
Is it 3?
3.
Yeah, this would be 3.
Yeah.
This would be 3 if they make this.
Yep. McCann. Cuts it just inside the right upright. 14 plays, 82 yards. Winner with a 1-yard run. It's a 1-point game. 27, Gary, take us through the last drive.
Well, it appeared that Tennessee had all the momentum after a pick 6 and a 3rd and 21, but a first down on a draw play, and then Drew Lock throws the only pass of the 14-play drive. A great one-handed grab by Moore, and Missouri answers after a pick 6, and it looked like that Tennessee defense had them on their back on their heels. They go back in and make it a 1-point game.
I hope you marked the last comment from my partner, Gary Danielson.
That was sarcastic. I said where a lot of people thought Tennessee had momentum. That was sarcastic.
Oh, you knew where I was going.
Yes,
then.
I wanted to throw it out there for all the people who thought Tennessee had all the momentum.
All right.
Got it?
I concur now, yes. The Heisman candidates, got a handful of them now.
It's been 11 years. I mean, come on, I'm not changing now.
Good point. And here is the kickoff. That's AJ. Well, Lamar Jackson was the overwhelming favorite, I think, in the Heisman Derby. Right. And then he and Louisville had a tough night. Things change?
Well, if I'm a voter, I'm wondering if I can vote for Lamar Jackson now with that schedule. I know he had a lot of stats, but I'm not sure.
Well, not just this quartet. There are others who are within view now. And it's time to cue the duck. Here's the Aflac trivia question. Who is the only Heisman winner from Louisville?
Before Tennessee gets going, I just want to say I hope Lamar Jackson's girlfriend isn't like Kate Upton and have a Twitter account, because it might be dangerous for me.
Dobbs caught and dropped. Marcel Frazier. "70 offensive plays by Missouri." 70.
70-40. And they're losing.
Yeah. 2nd and 12. Left side, not much. Might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. Alvin Kamara. We mentioned earlier that Kamara began his collegiate career at Alabama. Transferred, sat out. Interesting. He has a pendant that he wears, and it's an elephant.
And he said no connection, right?
No, it was a gift from his mother. No connection to Alabama whatsoever. Josh Smith, there are 3 now wide right. Dobbs, incomplete. Josh Smith, and it was a little behind him. Well, how about this?
Yeah, Charles Harris got a little help here from the running back to keep that throw alive, but just not able to come up with it by the usually sure-handed receiver, Josh Smith. Harris is always a threat to get that quarterback. You've got to give him help.
Trevor Daniel on the punt on.
Selfies. We shared lots of hugs. We shared lots of laughs. I'm sure it was an emotional night for you, but thank you for letting us all be a part of it.
Nate Strong with a carry. Thank you, Allie. And I hasten to point out that that first photo you saw, my wife Nancy was 7 feet away. I just want to point that out. And she is about 7 feet away right now. Oh, my goodness.
Nice stop inside. Listen, it was a great night. Everybody enjoyed it, and everybody involved at CBS. We want to thank them for setting it up for us to do it, and we all had a great night.
Well, Strong with the thank you, Gary.
The crew gave you a present, too. Can you tell them everybody what it was?
Well, first of all, was a group photo. That's a deep pass. But there's a flag down. Gary's a little taller than I am. You might have noticed.
Right.
And I used to have to stand on a box.
Right. Where
Look
do we
at
have
the
it? Do we
boxes.
have it?
No, the box.
They took it out?
They put a plaque on it.
They gave you the riser, didn't
Yeah, they
they?
did. And everybody on the crew signed it. Now, I'm not sure where we're going to put that in Steamboat Springs.
They got it.
Yeah. It was a memorable evening, to say the least. 28-27. 6:44 to go. Nate Strong. That was his 5th carry a moment ago. Well, let's give it to Nate Strong again.
I'll tell you, all game, Culkin right here has been wearing out this Tennessee team. It's like an ISO. He comes from the H-back. He either does that or he slips out for a pass. And throughout this whole football game, Culkin has been opening up the spots for the running game. This time Tennessee is gassed. Missouri substituted, and Tennessee is allowed to substitute late and slow them down a little bit.
On the ground, and we've got 6:10 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Missouri has rushed for 333 yards. Not this time, however. Colton Jumper was there to stop Nate Strong. So here are the rushing totals. Drew Lock, 3 for -7. And here's play action. Lock. Whoops. Jamon Moore. Incomplete.
Well, last time, as we showed you in that last drive, 3rd and long, they went draw. Will they dare do it again?
They faked the draw. Lock caught, but short of the 1st down at the 40.
Yeah, interesting decision now. Will they
Sure
punt
is,
the football?
yeah.
This was really good throw. Good route by Moore. Comeback route to the outside. Put to the outside. Nowhere for the defender, Mosley, to make a play.
On 4th and 2, Locke looks over at the Missouri bench. It's Nate Strong, number 29, in the backfield. Now Locke goes back in the spread. Run blitz, there's the option. Not this time.
It looks stalled, didn't it? It just looks stalled. They went with a bit of a gimmick play, and now Barry Odom has to call on his defense. Outside linebacker did not even feel any threat. Right there. Comes out and runs it down.
Cortez McDowell made a beeline for Nate Strong. Never hesitated.
No, there was just a little bit too much of a delay, and that time McDowell said, I can eat this up.
1st down, 10. Tennessee, 4:49 remaining in the 3rd. Kelly.
Well, he squirted out of there, didn't he?
Ronell Perkins stopped him, but not before he had gained 17.
Yeah, he hit the pile. No one wrapped him up, and all of a sudden he found space.
.428 to go in the 3rd. Sweep left. Strung out. John Kelly is stopped. And let's invite the Duck back to center stage with the answer to the Aflac trivia question, the only Heisman winner from Louisville. Paul Hornung, born and raised, I believe still lives in Louisville. And he won the Heisman in 1956, despite Notre Dame's losing record.
Kind of a tricky question.
Yeah, it is. Well, but
got it.
yeah, some of us got it.
Yep. Well, can he get away with this one? He did.
He did. Keeps it.
And, that was Charles Harris who he got away from that time, number 91. That was a great evasive play. Remember the last time this happened, he got away from a sack, and it ended up costing Missouri a touchdown. Well, it happened again, and Kelly down there blocking, staying in the play, number 4.
They're down 5.
Charles Harris wanted to come out for a rest, and they sent him back in. He's right here.
Dobbs. He had a man wide open. He didn't see him on the right side. I mean, nobody within 15 yards.
Yeah, good eye. The ball was always going left, but Missouri busted on the play. Watch the little wide route that Vern saw. No one covers him. Missouri busts the coverage, but Josh Dobbs is looking left. He would have never had a chance to see it, and obviously Tennessee was going to go 4 downs.
That was Kamara who was the open man, and had he gotten the pass, open field in front of him. 4th down and 4.
Yeah, it would have been a 53-yard field goal try. Let's see if they got the wrong number of people. 12 men on the field, it looks like.
Substitution infraction on the defense.
Yeah.
12 players in the formation.
Yeah.
Wow. Penalty. The result of the penalty is a 1st down.
Well, it looks like a lot of guys. First look, 4 up front, 3 linebackers, and 5 defensive backs. That's 12.
And so 1st down 10 in a 1-point game. Kamara, no.
Oh, nice tackle by Beisel that time.
Let's go to Adam, the new Nissan Titan. Heisman watch.
All right, Vern, big passing numbers as always from Luke Falk, Pac-12 North leader Washington State trying for their 9th straight win. Falk's got 3 touchdown passes in a battle with number 10 Colorado. Back to you.
All right. Colorado having a marvelous season. Here's Dobbs. Oh, wow! Touchdown, Tennessee! Joshua Dobbs is having a brilliant game.
To say the least. Well, we wondered if that missed sack would be the play. No, it ended up being 12 men on the field that turned it into a 1st down. And you give too many chances like baseball. You give a player an extra out in an inning, that's exactly what they do. They burn you.
And there's Mom. Stephanie Dobbs on senior day. Family from Alpharetta, Georgia.
Josh Dobbs' first start was against Missouri in 2013. They won. He was sacked 6 times in 2014, but tonight he's in total charge.
80 yards rushing, 220 throwing for 3 touchdowns. Now he's run for 1. A remarkable family. Lock. Got by Kendall Blanton. Colton Jumper with the stop.
Kendall Blanton's another one of those players that they feel has a tremendous future coming up for him. Big 6'6" football player, tight end.
Crockett. And then he delivers a blow, doesn't he? Well, let's go back to New York and Adam Zucker.
You know, Vern, Josh Dobbs, he got in on our Heisman Watch presented by the new Nissan Titan. Want to wrap it up here. Deshaun Watson and number 4 Clemson trying to clinch the ACC Atlantic tonight. JT Barrett got a win today, too.
All right.
Adam Zucker must hate these hurry-up offenses, don't you think?
Can't take a breath.
Right, absolutely. The Heisman Watch goes to 2 people, maybe, when you go.
Yeah, that's right. Missouri now with a 200-yard rusher. That would be Crockett with 216. And Witter with a 108. We still got 1:40 to go, third quarter. Ritter tried to strip the ball out. Derek Barnett. I was thinking about what's coming up. Of course, we've got the quarter and then the Geico recap. You want to try your hand at that?
That's all you. Got to save them, Vern. There's not that many left.
That's quite true.
We're thinking about the Heisman.
Yeah.
Is there anyone that can catch in the minds of all the voters other than Jalen Hurts? Because he's going to get some time on the stage now.
Yes, he will.
Is there anybody else that could possibly catch Lamar Jackson besides Jalen Hurts? If he has a Josh Dobbs games in the Iron Bowl and SEC championship, could he come from nowhere? Sure had a great year.
Well, he had a wonderful game last week.
Gain of 3.
Gain of 3. Freshman at Alabama. It's kind of high-profile position.
Yeah.
Look at this, 83 offensive plays. Wow. Lost deep left side again. There should be a flag, yeah.
Yes, he was grabbing him all the way, and he had to.
Rashawn Golden beaten on the play, reached out and grabbed the jersey.
Yeah, and had he not, it would have been a touchdown. Gets beat, he knows he's beat, and he's holding on to the sleeve underneath the jersey there.
Well, you said Locke has a really good arm.
And early you could tell if you're a play caller.
Defense, number 7, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
I said Josh Heupel will notice those deep balls early that were not hit and know that he can come back confidently later and throw the ball one-on-one down those seams, and they have. Right now, Heupel's looking at every play on his list and going, they all work.
First and 10. Play action. Right side, incomplete. That was Demetrius Mason. There's Josh Heupel, Oklahoma quarterback. First year as the offensive coordinator.
His first coach at Oklahoma, his first coordinator, Mike Leach.
Wow. Demarie Crockett. Whatever happened to Mike Leach?
Yes, he's doing pretty well.
Yes, he is. They're in a battle with Colorado. Last we heard, it was 28-24 Buffs. End of 3. 35-28. We'll return to Knoxville after this message and a word from your local station. Here is McCann with a kickoff. 10 seconds gone in the fourth, and a running start for Tyler Bird. Tomorrow on 60 Minutes, Bruno Mars, who may be the hardest working man in show business, plus why is one of the greatest teams in American sports so upset? It's the U.S. women's soccer team, only on 60 Minutes. Tomorrow, only CBS. 35-30.
I think it's important for this Tennessee offense to control the ball a little bit. Their defense has been on the field for 86 plays, and they help them a bit with a couple first downs here.
Up the middle, it's Alvin Kamara.
If there's any thought about controlling the ball and having that many plays, you're heading into the fourth quarter. Will the Missouri offense that's produced 86 plays have an effect on the Tennessee defense in the fourth quarter?
Dobbs will throw it. Wide open on the left is Jawan Jennings. Well, he's going to have forward progress. Just short of the first down.
Well, one of the big question marks was this offensive line for Tennessee. Did they need help, especially at the ends? This time they gave Dobbs plenty of time to look downfield and then drop it off to his short receiver. I don't know, did it pick up the first down? Just short of the first down, yes.
3rd and 1. Coleman Thomas at center. Dobbs keeps it. Dobbs keeps it. Dobbs in a foot race. One man can catch him, but does not. That's your basic 70-yard football keeper. Thomas Wilson missed the tackle.
Yeah, he had him perfectly defended. Tennessee had the right defense on, but the bugaboo for Tennessee all year popped up again. Missed tackles in the secondary.
41-30.
I mean, it's a wonderful play. It's not easy to tackle Josh Dobbs one-on-one. He's a tough tackle. When you have your safety up there and he misses, you're very vulnerable. Short yardage play, you bring your safety up, he's got to make this play. Or at the least, he has to keep it from being a touchdown. One-on-one, can you make the play? Nope.
Not a chance. All right. How do you celebrate senior day if you're a starter quarterback? 150 yards rushing. Line drive kick. Into the end zone, touchback. Well, don't forget, at the conclusion of this game, we'll have the Napa play of the game. We have a plethora of options for this one. Here's Joshua Dobbs, senior day. Well,
that's right about the spot that they go sing the song, isn't it?
Yes, it
afterwards?
is. Yes.
He does the band and the whole thing. Dobbs said, I just got in my groove and kept going. The play of the day, basically, you just close your eyes and grab one.
That's what I think, yeah. Up the middle, Crockett. That's his 23rd carry.
You know, again, Missouri team, their defense, everybody thought that would not be the problem. Most Missouri fans thought it would be the offense that would be the problem. And, you know, the poor play all year of the defense has kind of hidden the fact that their offense is kind of improving this year.
2nd and 8. They'll go up the middle, and why not?
Every team Missouri has faced but one has gained at least 400 yards on this Missouri defense. That's the real struggle that Barry Odom has with his offense. You know, it's going to take a lot because they can't stop any. Only Delaware State was stopped for less than 400 yards.
3rd and 5. Stunts, 5-man rush, and the receiver slipped. They would have been behind him anyway. Jonathan Johnson, 4th and 5.
And that ball was thrown behind. I don't know if he was expecting Johnson to slow down in that spot, but those two were not on the same page on that one. Of course, Johnson is another freshman player on the team.
Here's Corey Fatoni. That one hops, picked up on the 7th hop. Cameron Sutton back to return. Thought for a moment he might pop it loose. There is a flag.
I think Joey Burkett, number 34, was blocked and on the ground and stuck out his hand to make the tackle there, or it might have gone all the way.
There were 2 fouls after the play, both dead ball fouls. unsportsmanlike conduct, number 3 on the receiving team, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 3 on the kicking team. Those fouls cancel. First down.
And again, Joey Burkett was getting blocked, was on the ground, and this might have gone if he doesn't stick out his hand. Watch this. His right hand turns around and gets the play. What a play by Burkett.
It sure was. Just under 12 minutes to go. 12-point Tennessee lead.
State, if Penn State wins out.
Ohio State hung on to win this afternoon. 1-pointer against Michigan State. And Adam informed us that Michigan was about to win its encounter. John Kelly with the carry.
And the way Ohio State struggled to win today, that might even be a little more question.
We got a little fracas going on. Brandon Lee, number 4, was part of it. There's Lee.
A couple players locked up on that time. It was John Gibson.
Juwan Jennings.
Yep, and then Brandon. Well, Juwan Jennings is always in the middle of it. He blocks every play.
Yep. No flags. Probably the judicious call there. Right side, John Kelly.
Talking to Monty Cross, the defensive coordinator.
Whoa!
Oh, here we go.
Oh my gosh. That was Marcel Frazier. There's another flag.
Now even more falling.
Butch Jones out to hold his team back. Juwan Jennings in the middle of it again.
Yeah, Marcel Frazier is potentially going to get thrown out of this game.
I agree.
He just throws down way late. Now watch it. Whistle's going, and he body slams him. Very dangerous play, and how you can really hurt a football player. Right on his head. That is the one that everyone is nervous about. You can see that is potential for Marcel Frazier to be tossed out of this game. That's as dangerous as any targeting call you
Absolutely
can have.
It is. Well, John Kelly apparently okay. Here's Hubert Owens.
There were 2 fouls on the play, both dead ball. Personal foul, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 70 on the defense. Corrections, number 16 on the defense. Personal foul, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 72 on the offense. Those penalties canceled.
Oh, come on.
Second down.
Yeah.
No.
That's got to be fixed. That really has to be fixed. You cannot have I was going to say the word egregious.
Yeah.
Have a penalty
So
like
number
that.
50 on Tennessee, unsportsmanlike conduct.
And you have no call on the field, a dangerous play. I don't know if the officials saw it as clearly. Obviously, we got the replay right here, but that's a play that I think demanded an ejection. And Butch Jones is questioning that too. And I'm wondering if that's even reviewable. Apparently it's not. Targeting is, but there's can be, I guess, no help from the replay official. I think Butch Jones is wanting some clarity of why that's not, an ejection.
There's Butch Jones out there quickly to try and separate. And there's Frazier. There is no 72 on the listed roster we have been given.
Yeah, I think he meant 50.
Okay.
And I thought Boulware was just trying to get in there and break it up and get everybody off the pile. I didn't even think the penalty on Boulware, number 50, should have even been called, truthfully.
Kelly.
That's just another one. You know, these rules always just continue to grow. Because of incidents like that, the rules committee will go back and review this and say, should we be able to have an effect on this call? Because that's a dangerous play to a football player right there. I'm sure glad he's not hurt.
Oh,
say
my
that.
gosh. 3rd and 3. That's a first down. Let's go back to Adam Zucker in New York. We'll take a breath, and he'll inform you what's going on.
Yeah, Vern. Philip Lindsay making Washington State take some tough breaths in this meeting of first-place Pac-12 teams. Gives Colorado a 14-point lead, well over 100 yards, trying to climb up that top 10. Back to you.
Well, as a resident of, you know I'm going
yes.
Steamboat Springs, there's a lot of buzz in the state of Colorado about the kind of season the Buffs are having.
And that coaching job by Coach McIntyre.
Oh. Here's Kamara. There goes Kamara. Taken down at the 2.
He's had a relatively quiet Alvin Kamara day. We spoke with him yesterday about the transfer. You know, he's watching Alabama play for championships. Has it been the best thing for you? And he said, absolutely. I liked my time at Alabama, but I love it here.
Over the top for Alvin Kamara. He is a very gregarious young man.
Yes, he is. And a pretty good running back.
Yeah. (48-30). Aaron Medley for the extra point.
Well, Kamara has showed all his tools in this game. Remember the pass over the middle, now the balance and spin on this run, and then the effort to go over the top on the touchdown. Alvin Kamara shows why he's
Came in 7-3. Apparently are going to go out 8-3 after a 9-4 season last year. Let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Hey, Vern, I was able to talk to Josh Dobbs this week just about reflecting on his incredible career. And he told me the one thing he really wants people to remember him for is that he wasn't just a football player. I asked him, should there be more of that? So the standard in football is that you're a student athlete, and that's not the exception. He said, listen, I don't want to speak for everyone else, but I certainly want people to remember, and I want to show the quarterbacks that come up after me and the football players that come up after me that you can be a community leader. You can be a leader in the classroom. You can fulfill your goals in the classroom and play football and be a great leader for your teammates. He's just such a role model to so many athletes, and his teammates look up to him so much.
Yes, very special young man. Here's Drew Lock, incomplete. Intended for Jamon Moore, knocked out.
Yeah, Stephen Griffin that time, number 26. Remember, Todd Kelly is not playing in this football game. Cameron Sutton has been in and out with injuries and obviously not 100%.
Ish Witter.
And the fourth quarter that was supposed to be the advantage of Missouri because of all the plays has not materialized.
25 carries for Ish Witter now, 119 yards. Locke is 13 of 30. That one is tipped, I think.
Great throw, though.
Yeah, maybe not. Demetrius Mason.
It's going to be short. Malik Foreman had the coverage and made a clean tackle. Got it to the outside shoulder, and the best thing the Foreman did is, yeah, you caught it, but you didn't make a first down. Go fast, and it pays off.
Yep. Witter, and a first down 10, Missouri. Left side this time, caught. Jamon Moore.
I think he stepped out there. I'll tell you, Drew Lock, though, I mean, you know, when you blitz him, you do it at your own risk, because if you don't get to him, he can gun that ball out there. He's making that throw clear across the field. He's wide hash, much wider than an NFL hash, and he is gunning that wide. Look how far and wide that receiver is in this offense. It's the Baylor wide receivers going as wide as they can.
Witter for another first down.
Yeah, one of the trademarks of the Baylor-style offense, which Missouri is really running in this game, is get those receivers way wide and spread the field.
Pump fake. Deep pass, man open. It is caught. Wow! Demetrius Mason, what concentration.
And good coverage and a better throw. The true freshman, Demetrius Mason. He was recruited as an athlete, and you can see why. Had no real position, put him at wide receiver, and he beat Malik Foreman, who made a good play before, but you can't do much better than that. What a throw. And what a catch.
And it is a 13-point game. Tucker McCann will try to add the extra point. Good.
He's got it now.
Yep.
We just talked about how wide those receivers are and how much of an arm you have to do. Great coverage, great throw, and a better catch. What a play.
Here's the kickoff. It will be taken at the goal line. Tyler Bird. Well, we're going to move our show to Tuscaloosa. The entire crew on hand for the Iron Bowl.
Fake, rolling right to throw it off. Church, touchdown!
Newton back to throw under some pressure. Has his man open. Lutsen Kirkin. No, returned by Chris Davis. Davis gets a block. Chris Davis. Touchdown and answered prayer. It is a rivalry that almost always delivers. And we look forward to being there for the 81st Iron Bowl. About a 3-yard gain. John Kelly. Second down, 7. That's John Kelly again.
Well, if you want to have a good day by these quarterbacks, these guys have had the good days. Now, you might have to say a little bit because of the defense, but they have had the day. I will say this, that last throw by Drew Lock, there's not a defensive line that could have stopped that throw. Nobody can cover better than that. That's a perfect throw.
He has shown some talent.
Yes.
Dobbs around the corner, looks for downfield block, gets it. Finally taken down. There's a person flying over his head. Thus the booze.
Well, this time it was Cam Hilton, number 7. I just cannot handle the speed from Josh Dobbs. Hilton is there. He had the quarterback, but he wasn't in position to stop him.
That was your average 41-yard game. He has scored on runs of 30 and 70.
He's going to go over 200 yards rushing if he
Yeah.
gains, what, 10 more yards?
He's got 10 for 190 right now. That is a career high up the middle.
Might not have a chance.
Oh my gosh, John Kelly. Tennessee touchdown.
right here, turns as if it's a pass that time. Cale Garrett, one step the wrong way. Spencer Williams misses him, number 13, and no chance. Amazing.
Well, Josh Dobbs has 190 yards on the ground. John Kelly has 94 and that touchdown. We have we have run out of superlatives. Wow.
We had 700 yards of offense in the first half, and they've really started to control it. We only have 514 in the second half.
All right, let's check in once again with Allie LaForce.
Hey, Vern, as we learned in our meetings yesterday, Darren Kirkland Jr. rooms with John Kelly. And it's funny because all the players were telling us about how much they love John Kelly and the energy he brings to this team. And even when I asked Josh Dobbs about who impressed him most with all the injuries, he said John Kelly was the guy. So we asked Kirkland Jr., what is it about him? And he said, I don't know. I'm his roommate. I don't love him that much. And I had some fun with it. But when John Kelly just scored that touchdown, Kirkland Jr. jumped over the bench, ran out to the field so he could be the first one to congratulate him.
We did have a wonderful chat with Darren Kirkland yesterday. He has one of the best afros I have ever seen. Ever.
I just didn't know
No.
Vern Lundquist would notice an afro.
Well, oh, gosh. Well, Kirkland first out. There you go. I told him, as you remember, he's got the best afro I've seen since Julius Erving played in the American Basketball Association. He had no idea. Julius Jamon Moore. That's his 7th catch.
He is gifted as well, isn't he? He had struggled early. He's got 5 100-yard receiving games now for the season. And he got benched, and he said it really helped him. He got refocused, and now is playing much better football.
Pass right side. That's caught by Demetrius Mason. I think we might have seen the last of Demarie Crockett. I'm not sure, but he's had a wonderful game. 24 for 225 and a touchdown. Lock, near side. Well, dropped. Incomplete.
Couple booth ideas for you, Vern. You were back with the Cowboys.
Yeah.
The idea was Thomas Hollywood Henderson's afro. Do you remember that one? Weren't you there for that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You were the sideline guy, weren't you? Or the radio? I mean,
no, I actually was up in the booth.
Right.
I did a couple of years
there you go.
of play-by-play. Thomas Hollywood Henderson. He really turned his life around.
Did you ever interview him?
Oh, gosh.
Did he talk to you?
Oh, no, you're thinking of Dwayne Thomas.
Oh, Dwayne Thomas.
Dwayne Thomas, yeah. Oh, come on, Gare.
Okay, well, it's been a while ago.
No. Dwayne Thomas went an entire year without speaking. He has turned his life around, last I heard, but he would sit in the middle row of coach, and he would put a stocking cap around his head and would not speak to his own teammates.
There you go. As long as you're a good player, who cares?
And when they beat Miami for Super Bowl VI, their first victory, he was asked, Jim Brown had advised him not to speak to the media all year. And Tom Brookshire, the late wonderful Tom Brookshire, interviewed him, and this was a big moment. Dwayne Thomas was going to speak for the first time all season. And having this opportunity, Brookshire said, Dwayne, great game. Are you as fast as you appear?
12 men in the huddle.
The answer was evidently.
Yes.
Substitution infraction on the offense. 12 players in the formation. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
Yeah, I see you get me going.
I know.
You get me going. In Super Bowl 5.
There we go.
Gotcha.
Please, please, Vern, no.
It's 56 to 37.
I know, but please.
And I hope you got your hotel reservation in Atlanta.
Right.
Okay. Locke throws it away. Our aerial coverage today provided by Goodyear. For 60 years, Goodyear has provided aerial coverage of college football's greatest traditions and biggest rivalries. 3rd and 15.
Good story, but there's probably only 12 people listening right now, to tell you the truth.
You don't think we're compelling for the game?
Well,
I've got another story. I'm talking. It's intercepted. Watch out.
Boom.
Jonathan Kongbo. Jonathan Kongbo. Number 1. 59 yards with the interception and the touchdown.
It was that same middle screen to the tight end that they threw earlier. This time Kongbo, who was a defensive end, now a tackle, stops right in front of the intended receiver, Sean Culkin, and Kongbo takes it to the house.
I'm really glad we got the Geico update out of the way.
Now that we got the 62, you can tell any story.
Okay. We may be down to 10 viewers. Oh.
Right.
63 points for the Volunteers.
In the game.
That one will be a touchback as well. Let's go back to Adam Zucker in New York.
Oh, Vern, crazy times on CBS Sports Network. Look at the ground. That's Quest Truxton for San Diego State cradling the ball on the last play of the game. They called it incomplete. They overturned it. They said touchdown. The Aztecs press their luck and go for two, but Wyoming knocks it away for the 1-point win to stay atop the Mountain Division. They'll try to clinch it next week and might face San Diego State again if they can do so in the conference title game. Craziness, Vern.
Adam, we could use your presence in the booth to energize us.
He was so happy that the offense wasn't ready to snap the ball.
Oh, my gosh.
He got the whole one in that time.
Flip left. Chris Black with the catch. Ball came out. Black got it.
By the way, Chris Black is another transfer from Alabama. Alvin Kamara, an Alabama player. That ball was loose before he went down. Did he get it? Yeah, he cradled it.
Yep.
Maurice Smith, Alvin Kamara, and Chris Black all started out their careers at Alabama.
Ish Witter adds to the rushing total. .29 carries for Witter for 148 yards.
Still believe college football has to look at stopping the clock after first downs. There's too many plays in these games, too many players getting hurt. You could still go just as fast, run the same offenses with just about 10 to 12% less plays if they did not stop the clock after first downs. I think the Rules Committee is going to have to look at that and decide what this is, well, how many plays they want their college football players playing in these games.
2nd down, 8. Sweep. Left. Ish Witter. I can't wait to see what we select as the Napa play of the game.
Right.
But in the meantime, stay tuned for the Jeep post-game show. That's coming up when we put this one to bed. That could be about a half an hour from now. Left side. Jamon Moore. Went for it.
Did he score?
Fumbled.
Did he score?
It's a touchback.
Yep. They're going to call it a touchback.
Touchback. That might be reviewed.
You know, the ball was out before he went down. Yes,
oh, yeah.
The ball was out before he went down. Good call.
You bet. Cortez McDowell.
The ruling on the field is that the ball carrier fumbled the ball into the end zone and out of the side of the end zone. The ruling is a touchback.
And that'll stand. And Javon Moore was actually trying to position the ball to stretch it out for a touchdown. And as he tried to stretch it out, he lost control of it. Watch, he's getting ready to stretch it out and try to touch the line, and he loses the ball.
And no real reason for a review.
No.
Pretty obvious.
Vern, just to let you know how important rush defense is nowadays.
Yeah.
Tennessee will have given up 400 yards rushing. 400 yards rushing in back-to-back games and won both of them.
You're a believer in equivalency, I think.
Well,
I got one for you there.
Yards rushing.
Tennessee in the game, yes, I agree. 63 points in 63 plays.
That's good.
Yeah?
That works too.
Chris Baird working hard as the spotter. Chuck Gardner, David Moulton up here in the booth. Boy, do we appreciate their help on a game like this. Oh.
Amanda's back there working too. Grant,
Yeah.
if you want to throw out some names.
Yeah. Amanda Blake. Stork, Blake. I'm thinking Gunsmoke. You get me talking about Dwayne Thomas, and I got Marshall Dillon in my mind. Holy cow. Oh, will it ever end? 2:34.
I'll say this.
No.
It's the first time a Gunsmoke thing has come up in 20 years of college football.
Oh, Amanda. I beg your pardon. Oh, gee. Josh Dobbs is coming out. What a game on senior day. ...223 yards throwing it, 190 rushing. There's his mom, Stephanie, his dad, Robert, nearby. And it is time for the Napa play of the game. It's going to be Josh Dobbs, and this one goes for 70 yards. Once he got in the open field, bye-bye. And let's take another look at that. Here's the voice of the Volunteers, Bob Kessler.
Dobbs gonna try, nope, gonna keep it. Dobbs breaks a tackle to the left side of the 40 to midfield. It's a foot race to the 40, to the 30, to the 20. Josh Dobbs to the 5, to the checkerboards. Touchdown, 70 yards, Josh Dobbs.
Quentin Dormady is the backup. Wow, indeed, Bob. Total yardage for Mizzou, 743. And Josh Dobbs' numbers, 15 of 22 for 223 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, and even more impressive, I think, on the ground, 190 yards.
Well, he had a great game. He's had a great career, but I think he will always, regret that he could not get his team to Atlanta and win the East Championship. I know that was his goal. He's not a guy that cares about stats. He wanted to get Tennessee into that Eastern Division Championship.
There's a first down on the right side with 90 seconds to go.